Hello, everyone. Russell Peden here. Welcome to our Sunday night team builders training call. So glad to have you guys here tonight. As you come under the call, give us your name and where you're calling in from. Glad to have you here tonight.
Hello, Mr. Peden, Evelyn Brown, Burleson, Texas.
Hey, Evelyn, you're the first one on the call tonight. Glad to have you. Welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Peden. You have Jonathan Chandler here out of Ohio Market.
Hey, Mr. Chandler, good to see you, sir. Welcome to the call. Glad to have you, as always. Hey, Joy, I see you, Joy.
Good evening, Miss
Hey,
Joy.
Gary, good to see you. Glad to have you on.
Joy Low Goodman out of Norfolk, Virginia.
Hey, Joy. Glad to have you on. Welcome to the call. Congratulations. Congrats. You had a great week last week out there kicking apps and taking names, tons of recruiting. Good stuff. Mr. Dadsy's on. Welcome to the, hey guys, you come under the call, give us your name and where you're calling in from. Let us know you're on the call.
Kira calling from Georgia.
Hey, got to have you on the call from Georgia. Welcome to the call. Glad to have you. All right, anybody else, guys? You know, I see a lot of folks out there, guys. As you come on, unmute your line and give us your name and where you're calling in from. Let us know you're on the call.
Hey, Mr. Peden. Victoria Vanderhoven is my newest associate. I'd like to introduce her to you, Mr. Peden, and Mr. Dadsy.
Fantastic. Well, Victoria, is she on the call?
Not real bad. LaWanda calling from Maryland.
Welcome. Glad to have you on.
Should I try to exit out and come back in?
Victoria is there.
Victoria, you're here. Just say hello and there you go.
Hi.
Oh, I see her. I see you right there, Victoria. Welcome to the call.
Hey, Mr. Beaton.
Who's that? Stephanie, welcome to the call. Glad to have you.
Thank
Who
you.
else we got here?
From Charleston.
Hey, hey, Linda T, glad to have you on the call. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, my co-host, guys, if you can help me out with the waiting room, I'm trying to do the waiting room at the same time, recognize those folks who are coming onto the call.
Mr. Peden, can I have co-host capabilities, please?
Yeah, I thought I didn't make it. I thought I did. Maybe I was trying to do you and Sean at the same time. Maybe that's.
Hey, Mr. Peden, this is Tillis.
Hey, Tillis, glad to have you on the call. Welcome. Now we can get started. Tillis Aloze is here. Welcome to the call. I'm just teasing.
Mr. Hale,
glad to have you as always. Hey, welcome. Glad to have you on, sir. All right, guys.
Good evening, Bernadette Jackson, Killeen, Texas.
Hey, Bernadette, glad to have you on the call. As always, welcome to the call tonight. We got a great call lined up, guys. Take a moment. We got about 2 more minutes of roll call. So take these 2 minutes.
Mr. Peden, it's Marcia from Maryland.
Hey, Marcia, glad to have you on the call. Welcome. Good to see you as always. Guys,
good evening, family.
This is Robert text message. Let somebody know, hey, don't assume because you remembered the call that they're going to remember the call. Send the link. Send the number, whatever, make sure they know about the call, because tonight we're going to pick up where we left off last week, which obviously was it helpful because we had a great week. We're going to talk a little more about that here in a second on bright spots, but take a moment to reach out to your associates and let them know about the call. Make sure they're on tonight's call because it's going to be a good one. All right, anybody else? About 1 more minute to roll call.
Renee Phillips from Georgia.
Renee, welcome from Georgia. Glad to have you on the call tonight.
Okay.
Felicia Grogan from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, Felicia, glad to have you on. Welcome.
Robin Bartlett from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, Robin, glad to have you on. Welcome back. Glad to have you on the call. Who else is out there, guys?
Good evening, family. This is Robert Cathy Jr. coming to you from the great state of Georgia.
A lot of folks from Georgia on the call tonight. Georgia in the house. We got a lot of background noise. Guys, after you introduce yourself, mute your line, please. I don't keep the background noise to a minimum. That'll help us out as folks are coming on trying to introduce themselves. But guys, if you come into the call, if you haven't already done so, give your name and where you're calling in from. We love to know that you're on the call, and other folks might want to know where you're calling in from. They may have a friend or relative or a potential business partner or member in your marketplace that you can help them with or that they can help you with, vice versa. So give us your name and where you're calling in from. If you haven't already done so, then mute your line to keep the background noise to a minimum. We got about 30 more seconds of roll call. Then we're going to get to my favorite part of the call. That's our bright spots in just a second. All right. Anybody else? Last call. Roll call.
Mr. Peden. Flora from New York. Mr. Peden, good evening.
Glad to have you on. Welcome, as always.
Mark Smith, Minneapolis.
Hey, Mark, glad to have you on. Good to see you, sir.
LaWanda Tyson from Maryland.
Hello, Lawanda, glad to have you on from Maryland. Glad to have you on the call.
Regina Lee, Denver, Colorado.
Hey,
I am Baylon,
Hello,
Savannah, Georgia.
Hey, Mr. Baylon, glad to have you, sir. Always welcome.
I think that's Victoria trying to announce herself, but it's breaking up. We got you, Victoria. We got
You guys
you.
are Victoria. Welcome to the call. Glad to have you on. Where Mr. Baylon's go, here he is right there. All right, guys, with that said, I'm going to go ahead
Hey, family, happy Sunday, Shauna here.
Hey, Shauna, welcome to the call. Wouldn't be a call without you. Glad to have you on. With that, Shauna, I'm going to go ahead and let you be the last one. I'm going to go ahead and read all the lines, keep the call to a minimum. All right, guys, let's get into the call. I've muted the lines. We've just finished up our roll call. Thanks for being on tonight's call. We got a great team builders training call lined up for you tonight. For those of you that are brand new to the call, we spend the first 5 minutes of the call doing what we call our roll call, allowing you to introduce yourself and hear from others on the team, your fellow prosperity partner, business partners from all over North America. So you might have someone in that state, or they might have someone in your state. That's why we want to know your name and where you're calling in from, because someone might be able to help you expand your business to another marketplace where you may not know didn't know that you could do. But it's also, you got a big family here, folks who are ready to lock arms with you and help you achieve whatever level of success you desire. But then we spend the next few minutes of the call, which is right now, which is my favorite part of the call. It's called our bright spots. This is where we get a chance to recognize our incredible team for the great job you guys are doing out there protecting and empowering families. But last week, man, y'all went to town on some recruiting, some new business partners, and that's what we want to focus on more tonight and help you understand why it's so important to make that activity one of your primary activities in your business if you want to build a big team, which I think many of you do. So let's get into our bright spots today. Again, for those of you that are new, this is part of the call where we get to recognize our fellow prosperity partner business partners for protecting families, protecting individuals, even protecting small businesses with our small business plan, recruiting new business partners, teaching them how to do the same thing, rank advancing in the compensation plan from maybe associate to senior associate, getting faster or qualified within your first 20 days, manager within your first 45 days of becoming a future leader and earning yourself an extra $300 or maybe $1,000 in bonuses. Senior manager, senior director, and above. So we want to recognize any of our rank advancements, recognize anyone who's out there just getting it done, protecting families. But I want to start things off tonight, and then I'll throw out to the rest of the leaders and anybody else that wants to chime in. Guys, we had a great week of recruiting activity. You know, we talked last week a lot about developing this habit of 2 a day. You know, we talked a lot last week. We're going to continue it today, talking about how simple disciplines lead us to the success, not just in our business, but in any area of our life. When we just focus on a simple discipline, daily discipline compounded over time will ultimately get us to our goal. And we talked about how in our business, that simple discipline is prospecting, contacting and inviting someone every day in Legal Shield, reaching out and exposing 2 new people a day to the Legal Shield membership and or opportunity. We focused last week a lot on the opportunity because that's what we're looking for. We're looking to build a team of independent business associates who we can help us build a big team and help them build a big team as well. But last week, man, you guys got after it. You guys got out there, made the exposures, did your contact and inviting. Our nightly hangout presentations were packed to the gills last week. So you guys got a lot of guests on the call. Every night we had 10, 12. One night we had 15 or 18 guests on the hangout. So you guys had a great week last week, and we want to fan that flame this week and to continue to kind of get that flame burning hot as we continue to maintain our daily disciplines of contacting at least 2 people a day about the Legal Shield opportunity, and then inviting them to take a look at some information, or even get on one of our nightly hangouts, which we're going to continue to talk about here. So that's my bright spot. I just want to recognize the entire team for a great job last week. Mr. Dazzy, I'm going to go over to you, man. You and I were just talking about that before we hopped on the call tonight. Great job last week. I mean, you and I are, we had a lot going on last week here in Mexico, but what a great week of activity for the team. And a lot of folks, not only did we get the calls packed out, but a ton of folks on the call tonight had a great recruiting week. We brought in some new business partners last week. So over to you, your comments about last week's activity.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, Mr. Pete, and I tell you what, it was just exciting, right? So I'm telling you, we're getting phone calls and we're getting text messages like, hey, the calls are packed out. We got guests on, and it was just exciting to say the least. And, there were quite a few of you who actually got some new associates signed up, some new business partners signed up last week as a result of that. And that's what it's all about. It's all about exposing people to the information. Most people who take a look at what we do would want to have some part of it, whether it's the membership, whether they want to join the business, they're going to want something. That's what it's all about, inviting people and making sure that we get people to the hangouts. Super excited for each and every single one of you. Congratulations.
Thanks, Ms. Desi. I appreciate that, guys. And Ms. Desi, if you want to, you can go first. I know for a fact, we talked a lot, Mr. Harrington last week, how he ended the week with 2 or 3 new recruits. I think it was 2 for sure. I think it might have been 3. And he kind of told us last week, hey, he was just getting started. He'd already had a couple lined up for this week. So I want to recognize Mr. Michael Harrington again. Is Mr. Harrington on the call? He's typically on the call. I don't see him there.
He's on the call.
Oh, there he is. I sure on the call. I think so. Mike, congratulations again, man, on a great recruiting week. The week before last, and even last week, man, you got out there and just flat out getting after it. Mike, talk to us about how you've had a great couple of weeks of activity and recruiting, man. You want to talk about how you're doing it, because some folks on the team, man, how did he get 2 recruits? How did he get 3 recruits in a week? Michael Harrington.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Peden, for those very, very kind accolades. I'm sitting over here grinning and smiling and everything, but it's doing what you love, doing what comes natural, what you feel in your heart, and be able to come back and be a part of the team and see everyone again. It just drives me to do the things that I am called to do, expected to do, and to help enough people get what they want so that I and my friends and families can have everything we want. As I tell folks all the time, there is no greater opportunity than what we do here at Legal Shield, especially with all that's going on. And when you speak from your heart, it comes out that way. And so that's just where I'm at. I'm just getting started. We're getting ready to turn it up and take it up to another level of achievement, not for me, but for others, just to let them know that this service, this opportunity, and this team is amongst the best in America, the best in America. I've come back after cancer, after a lot of medical challenges. I'm not going to let it beat me. I just put the gloves back on and I'm back in the ring again. So it's good to be back, sir. It's good to be back.
Well, man, congratulations. If I know Mike Harrington, guys, he just went out there and he said, you know what, I got to get back doing what I know how to do. And that's reaching out and share some information with people. But I think if you guys can tell, what you heard most in Mike's few minutes there was his conviction. I say to people all the time, and get this, guys, as you're out there prospecting, contacting, and inviting, exposing people to the Legal Shield membership and opportunity. People don't buy the service. They don't buy the company. They don't buy the product. They don't even buy the compensation plan. What they buy is you and your enthusiasm about the product, your enthusiasm about the opportunity, your excitement about the company. So we call it in the business, we call it your music. So people buy your music, or they can tell, maybe you're not as excited like me, our animator or Mr. Dazzy when we get going, but if someone can tell that you are genuinely excited about what you're doing, hey, I got some important I want to show you, take about 15 minutes, man, you got to see, you may not be interested, but you got to see this. They're going to buy your music. It's not giving them anything in that little approach that I shared with you last week that we're going to talk more about tonight. That doesn't tell them anything about what we're doing. The same thing about Legal Shield, our services, our ID Shield, even the opportunity. You're just saying, hey, I got some important I want to show you. Take about 15 minutes. And by the way, you may or may not be interested. Now, that's my way of saying it. You have to figure out how you're going to get across your excitement about them taking a look in your own way, because everyone has a different personality, but it's your enthusiasm that people are going to buy. And that's how Mike here, and guys, and Mike's a great presenter. He's a great salesperson, if you want to say that. He's just an all-around great guy. But the reason he was able to recruit those folks last week and the week before last is because his conviction, his excitement, as you tell, he's back, he's ready to take it to the next level. That's what they were most interested in. And the information just made sense, I guarantee you. So thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Miss Dazzy, I know you got a couple other folks on the team. I know I'm looking at Joy Goodman. She put a little heart on her screen. Joy, I know I saw you out there, Joy Goodman, last week getting it done. Congratulations to you, Miss Dazzy. I'll let you interview Miss Goodman because I was sitting there when you did the three-way call with a new associate. And so over to you, man, to recognize the Goodmans for the great job that they did. The Goodmans for the great job that they did. Over to you, sir.
Absolutely. So, hey, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Goodman. Congratulations, Mr. Michael Harrington, on all your incredible success. And, that's what it's all about, right? Again, it's about finding new sharp talent. And I know that you recruited a super sharp young lady. I see her that she's on the call here tonight. And that's what we're talking about. But, tell us, really quickly. I know that you've been super excited. I know you've been focused. I know you've been driven. But tell us, how did you actually recruit this new young lady?
Well, I just simply, let her know that this is an opportunity that she does not want to miss and that she would be pleasantly surprised. And trust me, she's been very surprised. She is fast start trained, and also she took the first step, and we launched her Monday.
Monday as in tomorrow. That's awesome.
Awesome. That's good stuff, Joy.
So by the way,
So, Joy,
success leaves clues. Go ahead, Ms. Speedy.
No, I was just gonna say, Joy, did you just like sprinkle some magic dust on her, Joy, and she just signed up? I mean, what what steps did you take? I'm trying to get some folks on the team to say, hey, well, how did she get Victoria? I mean, what did you do?
Well, I did just what y'all trained me to do. And more so Michael, because Michael Harrington, he talked about it all the time. I asked her, what was her why? And I said, really tell me what it is you want to do. And she started running it down. I said, okay, we need to do this and we need to do that. And here's the thing. She is coachable, just as sweet as pie. And if you ask her to do something, okay, what you want me to do, Miss Joy? Okay, give me the number. But really, this achievement, I owe this to Linda Texiero, because she did the three-way on that one. I was like, you go, girl. Yes. So thank you. Thank you. These are the steps. Those were the steps.
Fantastic. Good stuff. Mr. Dazzy, any other comments from you?
Yeah, was Victoria one of those individuals who you actually invited to a Zoom call?
Absolutely. Yes, that was the Zoom call. Linda T gave the presentation. She was off the chain. Let me tell you something. The feedback from that presentation, it was like, dang, Linda, I don't know, Linda was on something because she was doing the darn thing, and we were all excited. But who was really excited was Miss Victoria Vanderhorn. She said, Miss Joy, who was that that gave the presentation? I said, that's Linda Texiero. She says, I love her. I love everything she said. It was just awesome. Did you want to say something, Victoria? Am I taking? Okay. But it was an awesome presentation.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Linda does a great job.
Well, hey, Ms. Speeden, I know Ms. Shauna Blanc also recruited a brand new associate as well. Ms. Shauna Blanc, you want to talk to us a little bit more about that? I know you're super excited as well.
I am. Hello, family. Happy Sunday. Guys, something that I've been working very closely with Mr. Dazzy on is going through active members, new members, prospect members, and and just talking to them about the opportunity. But I would say that Miss Evelyn, she signed herself up, right? It was just so amazing. I actually had invited her on to get to the 6:45 that evening, but she was asking a lot of questions about the opportunity, and I was like, because she had saw some information previously. So I figured, you know what, let me just hop on and do a freeway call. She has a background in banking, so we really connected a lot over that. So I got Miss May Williams on the line with us because May has a background in banking too, and she shared her story. So right when we're about to, the time was rounding up for the 6:45, I realized that she was ready to go. So I called Mr. Vaylines to give that Mr. Smooth. Anybody has ever used INL Vaylines for freeway, it can't get smoother than that. I just love this guy. He just closed it off, and he pretty much had done her welcome call ahead of time, but I'm just for the 6:45, so she was on there. It was just so amazing. definitely not a top recruiter like the good ones, but when I do, when I do get them in, it's the best feeling in the world for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I don't know, Ms. Beaton, we want to open up for any other bright spots, some other bright spots. or
Yeah,
did you have anyone?
I know somebody might be thinking, well, I didn't get to recruit like Sean. I didn't get 3 recruits like Mike or a couple of recruits like the Goodmans. But guys, it doesn't matter. We just want to highlight these guys because last week we had packed out nightly hangout Zoom presentations, and we just wanted, and these folks had some success as a result of getting the folks onto the hangout to see the presentation. And again, these are just the ones that we're highlighting because we're either part of doing a 3-way call. We knew about these. If you recruited someone last week, we want you to share that because that we believe in recognizing you for the great activity you're doing. Even if you just had someone in the hangout, that's a big deal, right? Because getting them in front of the information is half the battle. Signing them up is the easy part. Getting it, exposing them and contacting, inviting them to take a look. That's where the work is, but the presentation is easy. And then just do the 3-way call as you heard, and then let the expert move them to the next exposure, get them signed up for you. So we want to recognize all of you tonight. So if you recruited someone last week, if you just
Hey,
sold a
Mr.
membership,
Peden, I do want to recognize Melissa
go ahead, Tilly.
for having a new associate as well, Kira.
Awesome.
So I do want to recognize her. I think Kira's on, but I also want to recognize LaWanda Tyson for doing her launch call and getting her very first sign up tonight. I think we have probably another 1 or 2 this week. So she is definitely going to be qualified, fast start qualified by Friday. So I'm super excited for her because she is so coachable. She's doing exactly everything. She's calling me for her 3 ways. And she is inviting people to our 645. And that's how she recruited this person. And then so she's doing it. She's doing all the action. So I know by Friday that she will be fast start qualified. She is not giving up. She's following the system, and that's what it takes to be successful. So I'm really, really proud of those 2 ladies. Back over to you.
Well, congratulations, LaWanda, and on your launch tonight, and you're protecting your first family. And again, if you just follow the lead of Miss Aloze and the rest of the team there, I guarantee if getting fast start qualified by Friday, it will be a slam dunk for you. And I'm sure they already told you that's a $300 bonus for you on top of the commissions and overrides that you would have earned. So we're going to congratulations in advance on getting fast start qualified. We look forward to recognize you officially on next Sunday's call. But I just want to go ahead and recognize you in advance. I believe in speaking into existence and right into the universe. That way, just the world will conspire to make it happen for you. So congratulations to you. And Melissa, of course, always out there getting after it and getting it done, leading by example and just having fun with the business. She's she's a fun lady, but she is, when it comes to her leadership business, she is absolutely serious about it. So congratulations to you, Melissa, for just leading by example, always just kicking apps and taking names. Kicking apps, that's APPS, by the way, for those of you that are new to the call. All right, somebody else just try to chime in. Who's that?
Mr. Peden.
Hey, go ahead, go ahead.
Hey, Dexter over here out of Louisville, Kentucky, sir. Let me say good evening to the family there. Hope everybody is safe and well. I just want to give a shout out. I saw Miss Rachel Curtis on, Mr. Paul Hill out of the great state of Pennsylvania, Miss Felicia Brogdon out of the Carolinas, Mr. Robert Cathy out of Georgia, Miss Terry Allen from here in Louisville, Kentucky. I just want to congratulate them for being on the call. As we said last week, showing up is half the battle, being present. And so I just want to acknowledge them for being here on this training today. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Octavia and Mr. Robert Cathy. They've been doing a phenomenal job with getting their numbers up and just reaching out, dialing all over the country, trying to empower and protect families. And I'm just super proud of Mr. Cathy and Miss Octavia. But again, kudos to the entire family for them being here and showing up today. Back to you, sir, and thanks so much.
Man, you know what? Let me just recognize Mr. Dexter Gilbert, guys. He every Sunday without fail. Now, when he's not on the call, it's for a reason. He's not feeling well or traveling, but every Sunday without fail, he takes the time doing bright spots to recognize his team for showing up, and that's great because that's a big deal, showing up, because it's easy to do. We talked about this last week. It's also easy not to. I'm in 7 o'clock, 6 to 8 o'clock. team builders training call, it happens every week. It's easy to hop on. It's easy not to hop on, but just hopping on, getting information. You just never know, guys. Tonight could be the night. Next week could be the night. Last week might, well, obviously last week was the night for some of you guys, because some of you got fired up and committed to your activity and flat out got there and got a bunch of folks under the calls. And many of you got some new recruits and sold some and protected some families as well. But I just want to recognize you, Dexter, for always recognizing your team and leading by example. And as a result, they recognize themselves and they're all out there doing a great job protecting and getting their businesses going and taking to the next point.
Mr. Peter, one other thing really quickly I want to say, I think this is really important too, and I apologize. Thank you so much for that information. The video from Fardell, I had spoken with Ms. Elorze and Mr. Kathy just the day or so ago. That information was powerful. When I spoke with them, I said, you know what? I was glad that I was on the call, because you never know when you're going to get a nugget of information that could take your business or your activity to another level. I took notes on that information from the video from Fardell, and been using that. I told Mr. Kathy, I said, you know, I'm not waiting for anybody to give me a title. I'm going to give myself title, Coach Dex. Absolutely. And using that has been very, very helpful. So again, thank you so much for sharing the video. We appreciate you, sir. And again, the best is yet to come back to you.
Hey, man, thanks so much. I got to thank, again, Ms. Elorze. She's the one who introduced me to the video. I mean, obviously it was on our leadership show, but she shared the video with us on our 90-day run. And I knew it's something that we wanted to share with the guys. And by the way, nobody reminded me to post that video in the group we chat on our Facebook page. I think I said I was going to do it last week. No one said, normally someone, hey, Mr. Pete, send me a text or a message on group. Hey, Mr. Pete, can you put the recording in? And don't forget that video that you showed us on the call. But someone will do that tonight. I promise I'll post last week's recording plus the links to the video and the stuff we're going to share tonight as well, because we got a great, great training segment tonight. Just pick it up where we left off last week. All right, guys.
Okay, I want to jump in. This is Diane.
Millionaire Club member.
I am so excited about Terry Cunningham. She's Fast Start qualified. She's Keith Sewer recruit, and she is just doing the thing. She's over halfway to manager, and we are just excited about what she's doing. Keith has recruited another associate beside Terry, Jonathan Chandler. He recruited Will, and Will is getting ready to do his lunch. So we are excited about that. And we are just excited about what's happening with the team overall. I said kudos to each and every one of you, and just keep on doing what you do. Because I hate it when I'm stressing at the end of the month, and this month I think it's going to be a good month.
Well, Jonathan Chandler, man, I heard your name. I saw you. You're one of the first ones on the call tonight. Congratulations to you, brother, for for recruiting a new business partner. Jonathan, anything you want to share, man? You're not new to the team when it comes to recruiting. You've been a consistent recruiter on the team for years, man. But anything you want to say? Share on how you got that new recruit this last week, Jonathan Chandler.
Well, you know, it's awesome to be a part of this business, man. I'll tell you that right now. And after, being in with Legal Show about 18 years, one thing we learned in this business that, a recruit don't have a recruit until, it's not a recruit until he has a recruit, and that we should be a recruiting frenzy organization. And so by me just, taking up becoming a Lyft driver the last couple of years, getting an opportunity to talk to people. And I do about 5 exposures a day. We do, exchange phone numbers and so on and so forth. And so when he came down to Willie and I had opportunity to talk to him, man, I have his new book that I'm actually studying with. And I actually have my new book that I'm working with about the presidents and Mr. With these two. But we're talking, and Willie, he's a veteran. And he said he was looking for something. He said he looked all over everything. He's looking at all these other network marketing companies. And he said he had heard about prepaid legal services years ago. And so me keeping tools, because one thing is I don't run my mouth without having a tool in my hand. So I showed him a few tools, that article from 2007, 101 Reasons Why, and if you were my attorney story. So I did all 3 of those, and he was just excited. So he kept calling me every single day. He said he wanted to get started in February. I says, no, Willie, we're not going to do that. We're going to get you started right now, because we want you to take advantage of what the company and the promotions and all the incentives in which the company is doing right now, because we don't know what's going to happen in February. So let's
Right.
get started right now. So Willie is excited. He called me today. He called me and said, listen, we got a Wednesday at 6:30. We have to sit down with some of my neighbors. And so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go up there at 6:30 Wednesday, and then we're gonna plug them into the Team Prosperity, hangout call, because they're gonna get an opportunity to see how we do this business. And then we're
Good
gonna launch
stuff.
Willie the best way and get him recruited, get him paid, promoted, and putting in the performance club, sir.
Good stuff, man. Guys, if you picked up on that, he used third-party tools, meaning that he didn't want to run his mouth. You know, there's an old saying they used to teach us in the past, because they said, if your lips are moving, you should be pointing to something. Be it back then it was a cassette tape or a VHS tape or even a CD or a DVD. You should be, if your lips are moving, you should be pointing to a tool that you're giving someone, saying, hey, take a look at this. Let me know what you like best.
I'm sorry, Mr. P. I meant to also say, and also I wrote another membership up. So we checked the 3 people this week, and wrote another membership up yesterday, and we're going to be writing another one up tomorrow. So we should be Performance Cup Pro by hopefully by the end of the week.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Make it PC Pro. That's if you're gonna go PC, might as well go PC Pro. And guys, you see what he did there? It's called recognizing yourself. So if you don't get enough recognition, recognize. That's one of my philosophies. One of my big deals, guys. This is the part of the call where you get to recognize, toot your own horn for the great job you're doing. You're protecting and empowering individuals and families. You're not selling soap. You're not doing something. You should be proud of what you're doing. It's all right to be excited about protecting the family. It is all right to get paid to do it.
Russell,
So go ahead, Cindy.
I've got a kind of fun story. I was on a plane when I went to Jamaica a couple weeks ago, and the guy that was sitting next to me, we asked what each other did, and I told him, and then he starts telling me the story about his mom, who's 73, been married 40 years. Her husband's 85 and she wants to divorce him, and she just moved from Alabama to live with him a couple of weeks ago because of the things about the husband, which is a shame. But anyway, so I got back from Jamaica. I know he was busy. He got back, he and his wife were both there. And so it was last Thursday. And all of a sudden I get this call. It was his mom. Well, here's the thing. Don't wait to follow up. I had him on my list. I had met a bunch of people in Jamaica. I was prospecting all over, and I was just going down that list, and I was going to call him that day. Well, she had already signed up, but she hadn't paid attention to her son. She had my card, but she just typed in Legal Shield and signed up. And she was calling me now for information because she didn't know what to do. So point one, talk to everybody. And this is a guy I wanted to prospect. I was calling to prospect him for the opportunity, he and his wife. But of course, I have to deal with the membership first with his mom, which is a bit complicated because it involves 2 states. Now, here's another clue. Use your own membership. So I was calling the estate attorney for something for myself, and I booked a time online on the app, because I hadn't done that yet. And I wanted to experience it. Worked beautifully. And after I got finished with talking to the estate attorney, and she knows I'm an associate, and getting my questions answered, I asked her some specific questions about his mom's situation. Just, does she have to do it in Alabama? Can she do it in Georgia? Just some basic things, nothing that would require her to really know the whole story and everything. She gave me some really good advice to get them, again, started on the right foot, because this was a complicated membership. Well, they're just thrilled. I've really, teaching them a lot and how to use the membership. And now I'm going to go back and prospect he and his wife. But again, follow up when you prospect somebody, because you never know, they may jump on and just get signed up before you know it. So, and I think he's going to get the membership too. So, and then the opportunity comes from there. So I just wanted to share that. It was kind of fun. Can't hear you, Russell.
Peter, you're muted.
Sorry. Thank you. I want to mute my line because I want to catch everything you said. I was writing down some notes. I just said Cindy was dropping some nuggets there, guys. And again, follow-up was the key. She met a guy, engagement conversation. When she got back, she followed up with him. Easily. It's easy to do, easy not to do, right? That's what I want you guys to get. This business is not hard, but it's not easy either, but it is simple. It's just committing to follow up, to make an exposure, and then follow up and follow through with that person to move to the next step, which may to take a look at a video or two or a website, or get them in front of a presentation, which is what we're going to talk about tonight. But thanks, Cindy. Congratulations. And again, she protected the mom. And how excited is that gentleman and his wife are going to be about becoming associates, knowing that their mom is taken care of. And they'll just be able to tell her story as they get going. So anyway, it was just all around a great story. Thanks for sharing, Cindy. And anybody else, guys, we've gone long on our bright spots tonight. And anybody else just dying to share something exciting before we move on to our training segment and our announcement segment?
Yeah, Mr. Pete, hey, it's Miss K real quick.
Oh, there's Melissa, guys. We're just talking about this superstar.
Yeah, I'm here. I just wanted to give a shout out to my recruit, Renee. Renee is in Texas. She has a time difference, so sometimes she'd be off on time, but I just want to let you know she showed up today for some of this good old training, and I'm just glad to be able to see her on the call.
Well, congratulations, Renee. Again, I think Tillis mentioned you earlier. Welcome to the team. You couldn't pick a better time to get in there right now. You couldn't pick a better person to align yourself with than Miss Melissa and of course her sponsor, Tillis. It's like you just hold on to their coattail. They're gonna lead you to the promised land and help you achieve whatever level of success you desire. But thanks, Melissa. Congratulations again. I was just bragging on you earlier on a great job you're out there, how serious you are about the business, how you love to have fun, but when it comes to doing your business, you're 100% serious, and I appreciate that about you. All right, anybody else before we move into announcements real quick, and then our training segment tonight? Anybody else just dying to share something exciting? Doesn't have to be a new recruit, doesn't have to be a membership. Maybe you're just excited about maybe rank advance. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but we celebrate all wins. So recognize yourself or recognize your team right now if you haven't already done so, if you want to. Anybody else? Otherwise, we're gonna move on to our announcement segment tonight.
Mr. Peden.
Hey, Felicia.
Hey,
Hey,
I was able to go. How are you?
Fantastic. What you got to share?
I was able to go to a live event with Cliff Malloy 2 weeks ago. You know, I told you that I've been observing, but to be personally at an event was a great experience because the people were it was just a very empowering time. And so I was really glad to be able to finally link in person and connect with people from Legal Shield here in the Carolinas. And so it was a good step for me.
Hey, you know what? And congratulations on doing so, guys. I'm glad you brought that up. Mr. Daz, that's actually a good segue, man, into our announcements tonight, because that is something that the company is really focused on, especially this year, this month. In fact, during the leadership show tonight, they were recognizing, so I think it was called Drive to Live. I think it was, Mr. Dazik. The company's really wanting to move us back to getting to in-person events, because there's something about being in a room. It's called synergy. Being in a room with a bunch of, Zoom works great. We've built a fantastic business over the last couple of years strictly on Zoom, but being in the same room with people, feeling the energy, the excitement of the room, seeing the people shaking their hands, seeing real live people share their stories, how the membership has protected them and empowered them, how the opportunities allowed them to pay off a car, pay off a credit card, or, pay for their kids' private school, whatever it is, guys. But live events is where we're moving to. And in fact, we do our hangout is a live event. And we're going to talk about how live events are a big part of our success. And if you want to build a big team, Mr. Dazzy, I know you got some announcements. Talk about this Drive for Live or whatever it's called, and anything else you want to share before we get into our training segment tonight. Back over to you, sir.
Absolutely. And congratulations to all of you. Super excited. I know we had an explosive week last week, and I can't wait to see what happens next week. Hey, by the way, I got my PC Pro done from Mexico right here. Right, I got my PC Pro done, and so I'm almost gonna have my.
Me too, Mr. Dash. Don't try to run up me. I got 240 points already this month, brother.
Oh, I'll race you to 300.
Hey, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, right. You're on. Anyways, family, I want to get right into some quick announcements really quickly. And of course, Mr. Peter, you're absolutely right. The company is moving to in-person events, and you'll find in-person events taking place all over the country. You'll find all of the Circle of Champions members that they're flying to different places. And so make sure you go to LegalShowCalendar.com to find out which live in-person events are taking place in your neck of the woods, so you can attend those events, meet some people, and you'll get a chance to see exactly what this young lady was talking about. She said she was with Cliff Malloy, and she was flat out excited, and it was a great experience. And we want you to experience that as well. But all right, Mr. Pete, now I'm going to go ahead and get into our announcements really quickly. First announcement I'm going to talk about is our Gold Rush Builders Challenge. Of course, this takes place. It started this month, so from January the 3rd ends at March the 31st. But it's simple, okay? You decide to go out and recruit 5 new associates, okay? You have to have 200 in network premium. You're gonna earn a $250 bonus that will be handed to you in cash, right? In cash at the international conference, and you'll get 2 tickets to be entered into a drawing for a brand new 2022 Gold Dodge Challenger. How cool is that? Go out and recruit 10 new associates. Again, they didn't say recruit 5 or recruit 10 people this month. No, they said between January and March 31st. Okay, so that's more than enough time for everyone to do that. Okay, but you recruit 10 new associates between January the 3rd and March the 31st. And of course you have to have 400 in personal network premium. You'll receive a $500 bonus, and you'll get 5 tickets into the drawing for this Dodge Challenger. And then of course, if you're really, really serious about building and growing your business, if you're really serious about taking things to the next level, then if you recruit just 15 associates between, again, the months January to March 31st, 2022, you'll receive a $1,000 bonus, and you'll get 10 tickets into the hopper for this beautiful gold 2022 Dodge Challenger. So you don't want to miss that, family. You want to make sure that you are keeping your eye on the prize. You want to make sure that you recruit, and don't get it out of order. I can tell you this, everyone who recruited somebody last week, you can hear the excitement and the joy in their voices, right? Because you know exactly what's about to happen. You know exactly what's about to go down. And so keep your eye on the prize. Don't forget about Maui. Of course, we still have this all expense paid vacation for 2 to Maui, Hawaii, where the company pays for the airfare for 2, the hotel, the meals. You can't even tip. Okay, so that's still taking place right now. It ends next month. And so look, there's still time for you to make sure that you earn your spot on this trip. And so keep your eye on the prize. Don't forget about that. And that'd be remiss. Okay, we've got literally just a few, about a week left for the special entry fee of $50. Okay, that will be going away come February the February 1. And so you want to make sure that you are focused. You want to make sure that you continue to plug people into the TPP hangout calls like you did last week. You want to make sure that we're able to give people the best deal possible. We know it's $50 right now. And so for those of you who are brand new, congratulations. Welcome to Legal Shield. We're looking forward to working with you. The best thing you can do right now is to make sure that you set up your private Zoom conference call, and you invite as many people as you possibly can, simply because they will get a chance to enroll in this business for $50 as well. We're a multi-billion-dollar company with some massive momentum taking place, and we want to help you build and grow a big, solid team. So with that, I turn it back over to you, Mr. Peating.
Will, I wanted to let you know that Darnell Self is going to be in Atlanta January 30th, which is next Sunday, 3 to 6 at a DoubleTree Hotel off of La Vista Road, which is right off of 285. So it's very convenient for folks. Just in case
sounds like you're going to be there.
Hmm?
Sounds like you're going to be there, Cindy.
I am. So if you all know anybody around here and you need somebody to host them, just let me know that you have a guest coming, and I'll be sure. And
everybody knows somebody in Atlanta, guys, and here's a great way to get them plugged in. Hey, I got some important I want to show you. It might take about 15 minutes. I got somebody I want you to meet. Put them on the phone with Cindy. She'll help you. He'll invite them out to the event. Maybe introduce yourself, help you expand your business, at least protect a new family in Atlanta. Everybody knows someone in Atlanta, or you know someone who knows someone in Atlanta. Say, who do you know in Atlanta? And they're gonna say, oh, my cousin. Hey, I got some important I want to show them. Anyway, but you can expand your business in Atlanta right there, and Cindy Marvin just offered to help you do so. All right. Again, how do you plug into our group meet chat? Who's Cindy Marvin? How do I reach out to Cindy Marvin? Join our group chat and make sure you're part of our group meet chat, and you can reach out to Cindy right there and communicate with her about next week's event. Mr. Daz, before we get into our training segment tonight, which you and I have talked a little bit about and put together, I could be remiss, man. We were sitting you and I both tonight watching the leadership show at my kitchen table, at my dining room table tonight, and we saw, and we got super excited. We saw as they're recognizing the Performance Club qualifiers, we have 3 different levels. You PC qualified for 3 months, you get just called PC3, and then PC6, PC9, then PC12, 12 months at Performance Club qualified. We have a new 12, this is people I call lifers. We figure if you can do 12 consecutive months, you're gonna be PC for life. That's Miss Erica Rowe, who got recognized tonight on the Leadership Show as being 12 months Performance Club qualified. That means she's locking in a $500 a month Performance Club bonus each every month. If she wants to get a message on the call, congrats on your 12th month Performance Club apps and taking names. Erica Rowe, anything you want to say about 12 months of PC? Did I get it wrong? I said 500, I mean 300. Y'all know I forget the bonus.
Listen,
So
no, I'm
$300
owning it. Nope, I'm owning
it's
that
locked in.
500.
Go ahead,
I'm
Erica.
owning that 500, man. Don't even try to backtrack on that. 500, yep, I'm owning it. No, it feels great. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah, and it's interesting because I kept saying, wow, I'd forgotten because I came in on December 31st, right? New Year's Eve of 2020. But no, it's been a great ride and just an amazing team, and it feels good, y'all. Hang around. That's all I gotta say. Just stay around, do the activities, stay qualified,
Now,
no
Erica,
matter what.
Here's Erica, I'll just tee this up for you. Here's what I love about Performance Club. We get paid to protect individuals, families, and small businesses, right? Right.
Correct.
That's what we do. We introduce the concept to them. People look at it. Most people, when they hear about it for the first time, they say, I want that. Whether they're individual, a family, or a small business, typically, but we got to be the one to share with them because they're not going to just hear about it, through the universe. So then the company pays us for protecting that individual, that family, or that small business, right? And
Correct.
then the company says, if you do that consistently for a couple of those, 2 or 3 or 4 of those a month, at least 2 combo, if you do that every month, starting that 3rd month, we'll pay you a bonus for doing what we already paid you to do. I mean, to me, it's crazy. You get paid a bonus to do what you already get paid to do anyway. To me, it's crazy. But I tell you, the beautiful part about it, guys, is that it creates a habit. Again, we talked about what's easy to do is easy not to do. Get a Performance Club qualified every month is easy to do. I mean, I don't say easy like it doesn't require any work, but committing to do
Simple.
it is. It's simple, not easy, it's simple. And if you'll do it consistent over time, then you'll be 3 months in, you'll start getting a bonus every month around the 7th or the 8th of the month. And then you look up, you'll be 3 months PC, 6 months PC, 9 months PC. And then look, it's such a habit for Erica Rowe, guys, that she forgot about the fact that she hit a milestone of Performance Club in 12 months because it's just a habit for her to get out there, protect and empower. And she focused a lot on protecting small businesses. And as a result, now she's one of our new lifers. Like 12 months plus is awesome. We got people on the team who've got 230 months PC, but 12 months is the first step to becoming a big time lifer or performance, and becoming a PC legend is what they call you after you've been PC qualified, I think, for 20 years. But anyway, guys, I couldn't let it go without doing that. All right. So guys, look, real quick, we're going to take the last few minutes we have and just share a couple of concepts with you that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. And I want to start with this one. Let me share my screen, and then we're going to wrap the call up because we've got another call right after this. Get back here, share screen. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. So why is Legal Shield the ultimate business model? That's what I want to share with you guys tonight. Now, obviously, I'm extremely biased. This company's paid my wife and I millions of dollars over the last 29 and a half years. I think it's the ultimate business model, but I want to show you why it is for you. You know why? Because especially if you take advantage of the leverage income, the great thing about Legal Shield, we offer personal enrollment income. You protect the family, you get paid. The other way is leverage income, which is what we're talking about right now. And of course, our residual income is the third way, and our amazing incentives and bonuses that Legal Shield. Those are the 4 ways we get paid. But I want to focus tonight on the leverage income. And I want to sell you on why you want to build a team, why you want to do that daily discipline of contact and invite, exposing at least 2 people a day to the Legal Shield opportunity, and why that can turn it. Look at this chart, guys. Take a look at it here. The comparison is that if it was, when it's just you, let's say you have a job, as opposed to building a team. When it's just you, you have one person that produces income for you. But if you go out there and you just recruit one person on your team, you went from having one person generate income for you and your family. I got to move this out of the way so I can see it better. To now you're having two. You've got two people whose time, talents, and energy are bringing income into your household. And look what happens if you just recruited one person the first month. The second month, let's say you go out and recruit another one and your associate recruits another, now you have four. Now you have four people contributing to your household income. And if you can continue that same activity of recruiting one person a month and teaching your associates to recruit one person a month, look what happens at the end of 12 months. Look how many people you'd have on your team. 4,096. By the way, that's how many people would be in your team month 12. That's not counting if you add month 11, month 10, month 9, month 8, 7, 6. It's actually way more than 4,000. But at the end of 12 months, you have 4,000 people on your team. Now, are all 4,000 people going to go out there and tear up the world? No. But let's just say 9 out of 10 of them didn't do nothing. 90% of them didn't do anything. Only 10% of your 4,000 associates do just one membership. That's 400 memberships, right? They'll just protect one in a month, not one a week, just one a month. That's 400 memberships. You would be an executive director at that point. The average executive director override is about $75. That's $30,000 a month in override income, leverage income that you didn't have to work for, just from your team protecting one family a month. Now you're going, well, that's a pretty unrealistic example. It should be 4,000 people in 12 months. There are people in Legal Shield who built teams that big or even bigger within 12 months. But I get you that it may seem a little bit unrealistic to some of you who don't understand how geometric progression happens. But let's say it took you 12 years. I'll play the game with you. I believe in the, showing you the worst case scenario. Let's say it took you 12 years. You recruited one person a year and taught your team members to recruit one person a year. The numbers are the same, guys. 12 years from now, you'd have $30,000 a month coming in. The point is not how fast. The point is the power of leveraged income, the power of having a team in place. And that's what I wanted to show you. But it's not going to be easy. In the beginning, this is one of my favorite charts. It's called the time money chart. In the beginning, you're going to have to put a lot of time. That's what you see there on the year one. That's where it says time. It's going to seem like you put a lot of time, but you're not earning a whole lot of money. But as time goes on, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, you're going to be putting less and less time into your business and earning more and more money, especially if you're building a team. If you want to have an organization that looks like this, it's going to take time to build it. And the great thing about not making much money, it's all relative, because Legal Shield, we make great income because we get paid an advance commission up front where we protect anywhere between $70 to almost $350 every time we do it. Over $350 every time we protect or bring in a new business partner. So, but the longer you're in it, the less and less time you're going to invest and the more and more money you're going to make because of the way you're building your business. And again, here's the compound effect that we talked about last week. Again, a simple discipline compounded over time will lead you to success. The simple error in judgment repeated every day will lead you to failure. And again, we want you to focus, leave it out tonight's call, thinking about the simple discipline of exposing at least two people a day to the Legal Shield opportunity, like those folks in the team that you heard from tonight did last week. They just went out there and some of them used a tool, some of them just got on a 3-way call, someone just invited them to the hangout. But making sure that you get in the habit of talking to at least 2 people a day about the Legal Shield opportunity and get some information for them so they can, and I even gave you the script. Hey, I've got some important I want to show you. Take about 15 minutes. By the way, you may or may not be interested. We can all do that. So anyway, Mr. Dazzy, I just want to share that. I know we've got a couple other items we talked about tonight, you and I. Let me just scroll down and find the one that you were looking at. Here it is. Oh no, we talked a lot about follow-up tonight. Let me find the slide that we're looking at. What, Mr. Dazzy, anything you want to share about what we're talking about here in terms of about time and money, or this idea of the leveraged income, why Legal Shield is the best place to build a leveraged organization?
Absolutely, Mr. Peden. And it's interesting because look, the bottom line is, at some point in time, when you really understand what you have in the palm of your hands, this incredible Legal Shield business, you'll understand that, look, recruiting is something that you want to do consistently, right? Because, just in that chart, it just showed you, look, in the next 12 months, if you're if you're the only one working because you have a job, right? Nothing wrong with having a job, okay? But I don't necessarily believe that it is the best, the ultimate goal, right? Because you're your only asset. You're the only one responsible for your income. And when your asset ain't at work, guess what? You're not getting paid. But if you can build a Legal Shield business, right, where you recruit 2 people and those 2 people go out and recruit 1 person each, now you got 4, 8, 16, 32, all the way down to 4,000 people. And of course, that's in a perfect world, as Mr. Peden stated. But think about it, okay? If 10% did just 1, minimum override as an executive director, $75. That's $30,000, right? Okay, what if half of them did that? Can you live off of $15,000? I'm sure you can. Okay, wait a minute, that doesn't work. Let's go half of that. What would an extra $7,500 do for you and your household? Okay, $7,500. I mean, we can take this thing down to the lowest level.
Whatever level of failure you want. Mr. Dazzy, the one thing that popped in my head when you said that the job, guys, there's nothing wrong with having a job. Some people love their jobs. Some of you are amazing at what you do. For example, I know Miss Alizé, she's great at what she does at her job, but she's also building a part-time business. But here's the challenge, the other challenge with having a job be your only source of income is that what would you do if the unthinkable happened to you? The unthinkable happened to me in July 2013. I was diagnosed with a very aggressive, very fast-growing blood cancer, and I was unable to actively work my Legal Shield business, and I have a team in place. But imagine if 100% of my income depended upon me going to work every day, and here I was faced with a major life health challenge that prevented me from being able to work. So that's the other challenge with not having some sort of leverage income, guys, because what would you do if the unthinkable happened to you? And the unthinkable could be a car accident. The unthinkable could be COVID. The unthinkable could be anything. It could be any number of things that knock you out of production, putting yourself, maybe your family in jeopardy because you don't have, see, for me, Mrs. Pete and I decided 29 years ago to build a team. So when I was unable to work, my team continued to produce. They weren't producing for Mrs. Pete and I, they're producing for themselves. But because the way the Legal Shield has set up this ultimate business model, we were able to have an income coming in from the overrides from our team, even though I wasn't actively working. Also, because of the amazing residual income that we earn from people who've already had the membership for many, many years, we get paid every month on those memberships. We also had our residual income coming in from all the memberships that we had sold over our 20 years in Legal Shield, and all the memberships that our team had sold in that same 20-year period. So we were able to earn an income when I wasn't able to work. So it's great to have a huge team, but it's also gives you that stability of knowing that if something should happen to you, or if you decided, I don't want to work anymore, you could say, I love my job, but I'm ready to do something. I'm ready for the next phase, but you've got something there to cover you as you move on to do something else. So you want to make sure, guys, that you're not the only income producing asset, because as Mr. Dazzy said, when your asset's not working, you're not getting paid. But if you have a team, your team's going to be working anyway, and you're still going to get paid. So anyway, all right, guys.
Repeating really quickly, and if you don't mind, can you go to the next slide really quickly?
Absolutely.
And family, I'll say this, this is why recruiting is so important. Okay. And when we recruit new sharp talent, it's so important to make sure that we get them started right. And we help them to understand exactly, how to get fast start qualified, how to make it to the manager level. And ultimately, we want them to become executive directors or higher. Okay. But it just takes time. Okay. And some of you are like, you know what? We want the success now. And I get it, okay? But understand this, the best tasting food in the world was slowly cooked, right? That microwave food, guess what? All the nutrients die with it, right? As soon as you put it in there, there's no nutrients in that, right? It doesn't even taste as good, but it's that slow cooked food, okay? All we're saying is, look, it takes a little bit of time, okay? So, like Mr. Peden said, your first year, you're gonna put a lot of time into it, you're gonna make a little bit of money, okay? That's okay. And it's funny because when we, like Mr. Peden just said, in Legal Shield, we say a little bit of money. But when we say a little bit of money in Legal Shield, it can be $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. There's so many people who make a grand or two their very first months in this business. It's not a whole lot of money, but it's still life transforming. I don't care what anybody says, right? What's that they said, Mr. Peden? The average person who went through a bankruptcy or a foreclosure could have avoided it if they had an extra $300 to $400 a month coming in. So, the great thing about this business model is you can earn while you learn. And so your first year, you're putting more time in there because you're learning the ropes and you're making a little bit of money. But by year two, you're putting a little less time in there, right? But you're making a little bit more money. By year three, it's like 50-50. You get what you put in. By year four, you're putting in a little bit of time, but you're making a lot of money. And year five, good gracious, you're putting very little amount of time in and you're making a whole lot of money. And that's what it's all about. Building a team, building a great income for yourself that you can will off to your children and your children's children. I remember those days, Mr. Peden, when you were dealing with that aggressive form of cancer. It's funny, Mr. Peden told me, he says, not once did I ever worry about how my family was going to survive, how we were going to do this. He said the only thing I had to worry about was getting well, because he put the time in, put the work in, and he built a solid team. And so if there's any advice we can give you tonight, it's all about team building. It's all about expanding your business. And it's all about seeing this as a business and thinking long-term versus short-term. Sometimes people give up too soon, right? The key is to stick and stay. You stick and stay, you'll get your pay and you get everything that you ever wanted. Back over to you, sir. You're muted. Yeah, mute, sir.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me stop sharing my screen. I'm glad you mentioned that story, guys. I did not have to worry because we had to put the time and energy in to build a business. We knew that with the moment I was unable to work, my team didn't stop just because I got sick. You were building your own business. Tillis was building her own business. Mr. Valens, Ms. Klein's, the team they were here. You guys prayed for me. You guys rallied the team to say, hey, Mr. Peden's not doing well, but you guys are out there building your own businesses. And we were able to capitalize on that because of the model. That's why Legal Shield, again, is the ultimate business building business model for you to build. So anyway, guys, we don't want to go over. We've got another call. We got to hop on real quick. But I got to tell you that this call that we're going to be on is about you and the future of this team and what we're going to do to be able to equip you with the tools and the training that you need to be able to build this bigger business we're doing, how we're going to assist you in doing that. So super excited about being able to get that information solidified and be able to roll out to you here in the next week or two. We can't wait. I mentioned that as now. So we got to share this with leaders. We have this as soon as possible. Stuff right now, keep anything in the prospecting, daily exposures, guys. I'm telling you, we talked about it last week. A cheeseburger a day is a bad habit, but working out. But it's the simple disciplines every day. That simple discipline that we need to focus on to build big businesses. Contact at least 2 people a day, introduce the Legal Shield, the opportunity to them, and then contact and inviting them using the script. But anyway, we'll get more into that, but just get out there. Just go out and do what you did last week. Just do more of it this week. I guarantee you're going to have a phenomenal week. And we're looking forward to talking to you on next Sunday's call. Have a great week, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Have an awesome week.
Everyone, congratulations. Thank you, leaders, for your comments. Appreciate everyone.